Hi, I'm Jeannie. Welcome to Mimi Craft, your home for all things creative and DIY on a budget. I make all the mistakes so you don't have to. Hello, it's me. I've missed you. I hope you've missed me. If you're new to the channel, I hope you find something here that makes you want to come back. Please don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and comment. It really helps the channel. On to the projects. Project number 1 is a makeup wipe holder, and you'll be needing 104 tumbling tumbler blocks all the same size. This is actually a viewer request. Using wood glue, glue together 22 blocks in this pattern and repeat for 2 sets. Flip these over to the right side so that you can apply some wood filler. This is what I prefer to do on my projects. It just gives them more of a finished look. I like to use this Elmer's brand wood filler in the color Natural. I use a t-shirt and a little bit of water to apply the wood filler. Remove any excess wood filler while it's still wet, and you can sand when you're done if you like. This is a comparison. The one above is filled, the one below is not. Glue 12 blocks around one of the 22 block sets to complete the lid as seen on screen. Make sure the blocks meet at the corners. This may cause some spaces. Glue together 2 sets of 16 blocks, making sure that they are the exact same size as the lid you just made. Glue together 2 sets of 8 blocks, again making sure that they're the same size as the lid. In order for the blocks to meet at the corners on the lid, I had to space them out a little bit, so they definitely needed wood filler. I add wood filler to the other pieces as well. You don't have to use filler if you don't want to, but I just think it'll make your project look so much better. Off camera, I sanded all of my pieces with 150 grit sandpaper. Glue the long sides to the short sides using a square. The short ends are glued between the long ends. And if you are so inclined, fill your brains out. My intention was for this bottom to fit inside the box, but I don't think I chose my blocks wisely, so I had to cut it down. You really don't even need a bottom to this box if you don't want to, or you can just glue it on top as is. I'll leave that up to you. Glue the bottom in and add extra glue on all the seams for security. Don't forget to remove all that excess glue. Glue 1 block directly in the center of the lid as a handle. You can also add hinges if you'd like to. I'm going to show you an easy DIY cheap way to put hinges on this box. You're going to start with some pieces, 4 pieces of chopping mat from Dollar Tree. Cut 4 pieces 1 inch by 1/2 inch and glue as seen on screen. this is how it turned out. And yes, it's sitting on a toilet. Grow up. I decided to paint the pieces white to coordinate with other things in my bathroom. And I hated it, so I decided to distress it. I started with about a 60 to 80 grit sandpaper and then followed up with 150 grit. Much better. This is what it looks like when displaying florals instead of wipes. Project number 2 is a tissue box cover, and you will need 102 tumbling tower blocks. And do your very best to choose blocks that are the same size. Glue together 24 blocks in this configuration. It's really important that you dry fit the blocks before you glue them together, just to make sure that you have a good fit. You'll need 2 of these. Here they are, filled and sanded. The next block configuration will be the same as the last, with the exception of 3 vertical block sets on both sides. Here's everything all filled and sanded, and it should look like this. The lid is made with 24 blocks glued together in this configuration. Wood filler for your viewing pleasure. It should be noted that the blocks facing your work surface are always going to be the most even and flat, so that's considered the right side. So make sure your panels are right side out before gluing. Glue 2 of the shorter sides on top of 1 of the longer sides. Glue the remaining long side on top. While the glue is still wet, make sure that the box is square with a square. Reinforce all the seams with some more wood glue. When the glue is dry, fill in all the outside seams with some more wood filler, and if you like, sand your piece. Now glue on your lid. I didn't dry fit this, and you'll see what happens in just a minute. Actually, in a few seconds. So close and yet so far. Time to punt. I removed the lid, and then I decided to round off all the edges to make this look a little more intentional and a little less like the lid didn't fit. And it actually turned out really well. I did to all the corners, including the lid. I love how this small detail really changed the look of the project. I used 150 grit sandpaper, by the way. To round out the edges on the opening, I use a Dollar Tree nail file. Deja vu. I liked how this looked so much that I went ahead and did the same treatment to the other box we previously made. And here it is on the throne in my bathroom. I painted and distressed it to match the other piece. Project number 3 is a vanity tray, and you'll need 149 blocks as close to the same size as possible. Glue together 56 blocks in this pattern, and this is going to be the bottom of the tray. You may need to space the blocks just a little bit out so that the ends match up. We can fill that later. For the sides, start with 7 blocks end to end. What you see me doing here is I'm just making sure that the side is exactly the same length as the bottom. And now for the gluing. You're gonna glue together 7 on the bottom and then 21 on top. You can see all the spacing. I don't know why I'm putting 3s up there with my fingers, but this is the pattern you're gonna use. Oh, I remember, it's because there's 3 vertical blocks for every 1 single block. This is where I had to do a lot more spacing. I think I was just getting tired of looking for blocks that fit perfectly. I had extra glue in the seams because of the spacing, just to make sure things were sturdy. I'm sure you already figured it out, but you're going to need 2 of these. I did a dry assembly of the longer sides so that I could choose my blocks for the shorter sides to make sure they were going to fit that space accurately. When you've chosen your 7 blocks for each side, glue them together as seen on screen. Now, I could not figure out a way to finish the side without cutting blocks, so as you can see here, I put blocks on either end, I measured, and I cut a piece off to fit in between. This little saw can be purchased on Amazon. And this is the assembly for the short sides. Glue the sides on top of the base, short sides between the long sides. Add glue to the seams for strength. By the way, I did use filler and sand this piece off camera. And here's the result. You need Dramamine for this shot. Here I am painting this piece white to match the others. Fastest distressing this side of the Mississippi. And here it is painted. This could also be used to display greenery, florals, or as a riser. And here they are as a set. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below what you think about today's projects. Also, please hit the like button and don't forget to hit that notification bell so that you know every time that I upload. Until the next one, bye!